Karen, what are the major issues or the platform of your campaign?
The major issues in this campaign are definitely the economic ones. I have reached out to citizens in a number of different ways. Initially, when I first decided to run, I conducted about 60 in-depth interviews with citizens, community leaders, business leaders, and even local politicians to see what they thought the issues were. Then I posted a very comprehensive quantitative survey on my website. And in addition to that, I am now on my second round of crisscrossing the city. So from those three sources, I've had a lot of input. And let me tell you what I found and I've heard. Number one, citizens are concerned about taxes. They are concerned about the fact that assessments have gone or have stayed up. They haven't dropped back down yet, even though their market values decreased, and their taxes are still high. They are also concerned about the level of property taxes, and they're very frustrated by the duplication between city and county taxes. They also feel the city's budget is too high, and that is exasperating their tax problem. And they want to see more efficiency in city government, and they also want to see more transparency. They're also very concerned about planned growth, about public safety, and I would say topping off the list of roughly top 10 is economic development. So the citizens' priorities are very much my priorities, tax and budget reform. So
property taxes come in number one?
Absolutely. Tax-related issues, number one, both Democrats and Republicans, because I looked at the survey and did a split on it. They are equally concerned.
So if elected alderman, you're going to cut taxes, I take it, or no?
Well, here's what I'm going to look at right away. How to do something about the duplication between city and property taxes. I've been talking about this for at least 3 months. I have introduced into this current conversation the concept of tax differential, which exists in 27 other municipalities in Maryland, and it was brought up in Frederick over the period of the past 20 years several times. We have tax equity today, and with tax equity, the county gives the city a lump sum payment of about $5 million. That translates to maybe $75 a household. Formula has not been updated in years. With tax differential, the county would give a credit to Frederick City citizens on their county taxes for those services that Frederick City citizens don't use, such as the sheriff's department, planning, and parks. I think that puts Frederick residents not only in more control, but makes them aware that they're somehow being compensated for that duplication.
But if elected, do you see yourself doing something about property taxes? I mean, in terms of, obviously, I own 2 properties in the city. Yeah, taxes are high. Are they going to get cut?
Well, where I can, the state determines the assessment of your property. So locally, we can't really affect that.
I'm talking about the property tax rate.
Okay. Where I believe we can affect that locally is by 2 things I've just mentioned. One is right-sizing the city budget. If we keep the budget under control, that should translate into holding taxes. And the second area is, as I mentioned, the tax differential. That doesn't affect your property taxes, but it affects your overall tax bill.
All right. If someone wanted to find out more information about your campaign, where can they go and what can it do?
They can go to www.youngforalderman.com. And I would also encourage them not only to take a look at that, but to complete my survey, because while I have preliminary results, I am still taking responses, and I want to know what's important to Frederick City voters.
All right. Thank you for coming in. We're going to take a quick break, and then at